Welcome, Padawans. Well, this is a very special make because this is a make that I've been waiting about 15 years to do. Ever since I saw the Star Wars re-released 20th anniversary editions, I always wanted to make my own lightsaber. And I always wanted to make it probably without this white strip. But there's a few things I wanted to make with my lightsaber, and I wanted to make a lightsaber because of course a good Jedi always fashions his own weapon. I wanted a lightsaber. You can buy lightsabers and you can buy them probably cheaper than I made this one, but you can buy lightsabers that light up. Mine needed to light up. It needed sound as well, but what I wanted that no other lightsaber had was to be able to extend and retract with a push of a button. It's quite steampunk looking in terms of the black, brown and silver. It's got a carabiner there to clip on, and that's where the speaker is there. I'll go through its functions. You can turn it on with this switch. Flick that and turn it on. I've got two micro switches together, which push together. They raise it and lower it. They did have the silver clasps over the top, so you pushed them at the same time, but they fell off, battle scarred. So you push them, and it extends, and it does that because it's got a motor in it, which is raising up this jaggedy white thing, which is actually connected to a car aerial in here, and the car aerial secured with a huge blob of glue. From a glue gun. This plastic here is from a lightsaber that I bought online. The same with the sounds. It's all harvested and opened up and collected from an actual lightsaber toy. But what this lightsaber needed to do, which the lightsaber that I bought wasn't able to do, was fit in my son's hand. Now, this is about the diameter. Some used drainage pipe. This is about the diameter of that it was for my son to hold. Now I can, grasp that okay, and I think that's 42 millimeters. We had to get smaller piping in order for my son to be able to hold it, and this piping actually fits inside. Don't touch that. Which meant that the lightsaber I bought, the lightsaber I bought had 5 sections on it. This one only has 1, 2, 3 sections on it, and even these have been cut and cut shorter in order to fit fully when it retracts into unit. Now, I need to probably oil it or grease it. I'm not sure Luke ever needed to do that for that last part to fall in. The sound effects and all the electrical gubbins are actually all in this bent bit. I never wanted a bent bit. Sort of, it's a bit Count Dooku-like, the way that it bends at the end. But the bent bit houses the electronics in this brown bit, which is just brown for the sake of it, brown tape I had. And in this aluminium tape section, this is where the batteries are. And the speaker fitted really nicely just with the end. Now this is all pipe that you can buy from just a DIY shop. And there we go. And then there's the batteries that fit in. I got this battery holder. It was one of the cheaper buys. I got it from getting a head torch from a pound shop and just getting rid of the head torch and keeping the battery casing. But the pound shop is great for a lot of the electronics of this. And I'll go through what I used. But I didn't get them all from the pound shop. This is a laser pen, and the laser pen has a diffuser on it, so that it spreads out in different patterns, and that gives it its kind of otherworldly glow. But just about make out the laser pen there. So the laser pen is actually taped. The laser pen's actually taped to the aerial. So the aerial's in there, connected to this, which goes to a motor, which, if you look closely, I turn it on again, which connects to a motor, and you can see the motor turning around there. Now the motor is a had to be geared, and I was hoping to use the actual motor which drive the aerial. I haven't got all the casing, but it came in this massive disc thing to coil up all the wire, and I couldn't hold it myself, so I had to have the wire, this gear mechanism sticking out the bottom, which is not what I wanted, but it still works okay. Interestingly, one of the hardest things to find was a see-through LightSabre telescopic swordy bit. That many noises. You've got the start sound, you've got the impact sound, and then the off sound. But yeah, it was really good. It was just too big for my son's hand. It was even bigger than that pipe I showed you earlier. Here's the LightSabre that I used from, like I said, it's from the Force Unleashed. I did find out that there were some sprung-loaded LightSabres that immediately lengthen, and that would have been a lot better than using the motor. These are the laser bands, and like I say, these were the best part for my son, so just for £3.75, and especially with these diffuse caps that make these patterns on the wall. Most importantly, this is the motor that I used. It's got to have a gearbox on it. I was fortunate to find one that runs off 3 volts, and yeah, this worked really well, and I just had a Meccano gear that I was able to just attach on. If you want to make your own LightSabre, I wouldn't bother with the electronics at all. I would just get a cheap LightSabre imitation toy, and get some pipe from the DIY shop, get these rubber bungs, reducer bungs, and then if you alternate them, I saw that another guy on YouTube had done this, and then this was just some rubber covering on top of an old computer, still here, and then I used some gaffer tape and some aluminium tape, so some bits are shiny, some bits aren't, and then the wiring all goes down there. So there it is. It's quite heavy, especially because it's got a metal bar in it. Bonus feature, I came across some papercraft stuff, which is where you can cut out and stick together your own characters. And then also in Tesco's they were having a sale, and I got a Star Wars pencil case for 25p rather than £10. But inside the pencil case you have this little thing, and my plan is to place this, it's pretty much the exact diameter of the papercraft thing after you've printed out. Do a cardboard version of this, add this in so that when you move it, so here's the website, Star Wars Papercraft Files.wordpress, and then it's the R2D2 there. It's quite easy to stick together, but it's a little bit fiddly. But like I say, if you print it out on A4, that's the size you get it, compared to a man's head, average man's head, maybe slightly larger than average man's head. And may the Force be with you.